Hey, what's up? Welcome. We're going to try something a little bit different today. 10 Indonesian foods you must try. Selamat datang, selamat pagi, selamat siang, selamat sore, selamat malam. Good to see you. Let's go. Ayo pergi.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Steve from Rockstar Eater coming to you with another rockin' episode. And today I am coming to you with another top 10 list. And this time, especially if you are into Asian cuisine, you're gonna love this episode because I'm gonna be talking about the 10 must-try Indonesian foods. If you've never had Indonesian food before, you don't know what to order, then this is the perfect episode for you. Now, I recognize that there's so many different kinds of foods that you can eat in Indonesia, depending on what region or what island you're in. So it's going to be a little bit tough to narrow it down to these specific 10, but I believe that if you stick with these 10 starters, then you'll have a pretty good idea of what Indonesian food is about, at least as an introduction, a beginner. So if you guys want to see what 10 Indonesian foods that you absolutely need to try, if you are to travel to Indonesia, or perhaps you walk into a local Indonesian restaurant, you open up the menu and you're figuring out what exactly should I order, then this is the perfect episode for you. So you must stick all the way to the end of this episode so that you can get the lowdown on the 10 must-try Indonesian foods. And also, if you're new to this channel, then take a moment right now to also hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell, because I put out these food episodes weekly, some of the best on the internet that you don't want to miss out on. So go ahead and do that right now, and let's get started with the first food, going alphabetically. Ayam penyet. This is Indonesian style fried chicken. Doesn't this list already sound so appetizing? It comes from the East Java side of Indonesia and is a favorite in the country. I mean, who doesn't love fried chicken? It's crispy on the top, soft and tender on the inside, with a side of sambal, which is chili paste, cucumbers, and fried tofu.
I was about to ask about the chilies. Like, y'all gotta have the chilies, right?
This dish is a side of sambal, which is chili paste, cucumbers, and fried tofu. This dish is commonly found in Singapore and Malaysia. If you are looking for one awesome chicken dish to try in an Indonesian restaurant, then the Ayam Penyet is the one that you must go to. This is the one that I love.
I am curious about how salty your chili paste is. I don't like a lot of salt. I like a lot of heat. I like it to be very strong, but I don't like a lot of salt in my chili paste.
Especially if I want to get some. Ayam Penyet is the one that you must go to. This is the one that I love, especially if I want to get some fried chicken in an Indonesian spot. Number 2, beef rendang. This is a beef dish that comes from Sumatra, an area in Indonesia known for its spicy and rich food. It is a beef stew-like dish that tastes kind of like beef curry, but without the broth. It is very tender when cooked right because it takes hours to cook the meat to attain its perfect tender texture, but it's so worth it. The brown gravy sauce is just as delicious. So if you had to try one beef...
We call that slow cooking around here. I don't know what you call it. That's slow cooking. Also in the south here, we do like a lot of smoking. It's a smoker. So you cook the food with smoke.
Beef dish as it. The brown gravy sauce is just as delicious. So if you had to try one beef dish as an introduction to Indonesian cuisine, then remember beef rendang. It is so delicious and so hearty. Number 3, gado-gado. This is Indonesia's famous salad dish. It is a mountain of vegetables and a spicy
Gado-gado. Well, that looks like... What does that look like? Spinach, limes, eggs, sprouts, tofu, chicken, parsley. Are those sliced potatoes? And maybe carrots?
Peanut sauce, India's famous salad dish. It is a mountain of vegetables and a spicy peanut sauce, often served with fried tofu, boiled potato, and hard-boiled egg. Gado-gado literally means mix because there is a mix of all kinds of vegetables in there. Bean sprouts, spinach.
That looks delicious.
Corn, cabbage, beans, and potatoes. Even the peanut sauce they use in this dish is pretty fantastic. It's sweet, salty, and sour all at the same time. So if you are looking for one rockin' vegetable dish to try in Indonesian cuisine like a salad, then the gado-gado is the one that you got to go to. Number 4, Lemper. An Indonesian savory snack that is made of glutinous, or sticky rice as you would call it, that's cooked in coconut milk with shredded chicken or fish stuffings. With shredded chicken, it's called Lemper ayam. It's often served with banana leaf or plastic sheet wrap.
That's what I want. So far, that looks like the coolest.
Wrapped around it. These are snacks, but it can also be served as appetizers in restaurants. In many ways, it's similar to a Japanese onigiri, but of course the rice is stickier and it tastes sweeter. This is one I would highly recommend, especially if you are into sweet, glutinous rice, sticky rice. This is going to be the one you love. Number 5, Marsabak. A famous Indonesian dessert that's equivalent to an Indonesian pancake that is sweet. It has the sponginess of a pancake, and inside is the filling, which can be chocolate, peanuts, or even cheese. It's a dessert that's usually sold during the evenings, although some restaurants might have it all day round. So if you are looking for one dessert to try in an Indonesian restaurant and you love that sponginess, that cakiness of a pancake, then Marsabak is the one you gotta eat. Number 6, Mee Goring. This is the famous Indonesian noodles that can be stir-fried or it can come in soup as both a restaurant item and as street food. And it's also called Javanese stir-fried noodles. It is very similar to the chow mein you'll find in many Chinese restaurants since it is wok stir-fried, but the taste is different. Instead of that soy sauce saltiness, it's sweet. It also comes with veggies and sometimes chicken as well. So if you're into stir-fried noodles, then the Mee Goring is the one that you absolutely must try. It's a favorite among so many people in Indonesia. Number 7, Nasi Goring. This is Indonesian fried rice. Yes, fried rice is so popular in Asian cuisine. You can find it in Chinese, Korean, Japanese, and Thai cuisine, and you can also find it in Indonesian cuisine, which you cannot miss. What makes the Indonesian version unique is that it is a bit sweeter since it incorporates a thick, sweet soy sauce mixed with other unique vegetables inside, and you get the flavor of Indonesian fried rice. If you like fried rice, then don't miss out on this one because Indonesia also makes some pretty good fried rice as well. It's very memorable. Number 8.
Okay, make sure you tell me what's accurate and not accurate because one day I'm going to end up in Bali or Jakarta or whatever. One day.
8 makes some pretty good fried rice as well. It's very memorable. Number 8, satay. Many countries have their version of the satay, which is meat skewer, barbecue chicken, or pork, but it is an item that you cannot miss in Indonesian cuisine. If cooked right, these meat skewers are smoky, juicy, and comes with a delicious side of peanut sauce that you pour generously over the satay. It is a national dish that you can find as street food in Indonesia, as well as in many brick and mortar restaurants. It makes for a great snack. So if you want to try food that is, just a great snack all around, then this is the one you got to get. You can pretty much find it anywhere in Indonesia. Number 9, Shomai. This is one of the most popular street foods in Indonesia. It's Indonesia's version of dim sum or shumai. It's a steamed fish dumpling with potato, cabbage, egg, and served with a lot of peanut sauce. You'll find peanut sauce is popular in many dishes in Indonesian cuisine. This bite-sized food can be found in restaurants, but also one of the fun ways to try it is through a street vendor or a bicycle vendor who carries a large steamer at the back of his bike with all of this delicious magic inside of it. If you happen to like Chinese dim sum, then this is something equivalent that you could try in Indonesian cuisine. Remember that, the shumai. And finally, number 10, sup buntut. This is Indonesia's famous oxtail soup. This oxtail is made in a few different ways. It can be fried, barbecued, mixed with a light soup broth, mixed with some vegetables like tomatoes and potatoes. It is a dish loved by many on the island. The flavor is a bit light and silky, but it is very delicious and hearty. If you like oxtail soup, then the sup buntut is the one you should get at an Indonesian restaurant. In fact, I would say that if you order any soup, this is the one you have to try. Well, there you have it with the 10 best must-try Indonesian foods, whether you go to the island or you go to a...
You guys gotta let me know. Let me know how accurate that is. Some of that is delicious looking, and I've never seen it. The cake with the center filling looks way different than anything I've seen here in the States. But I think the one that stood out the most was the rice, the glutinous, the little sticky rice, but packed with like chicken or fish. Sounds pretty good to me. Salamat tinggal.